I'll tell you what, man, as much as I get excited about seeing the big, fancy, awesome looking trucks, I still get excited looking at these trucks too. Simple workhorses, you see them all over the place delivering beer and paper and mattresses, and you just see these things all over the place, and they kind of get lost in the glow of those fancy big sleeper big rigs. Hey everybody, it is Old Guy Gamer. This is American Truck Sim, and this is a new truck because, check this out, I created a new level 1 profile. I completely started over the game. I had to grind a little bit, not that much. I had to grind just enough to get enough money to go to the bank and ask for a truck. Anyways, this is a new company. We're in the new Illinois DLC for American Truck Sim, and you can see that it's a brand new profile because I haven't been anywhere on this map. I deleted a couple of old profiles that I haven't used in a long time. I did keep my profile with the Peterbilt with the 100,000 miles on it because I want to keep that truck forever, I think. But as you can see, we're in Illinois. I've done a couple jobs, and I did find a secret road, but I was on one of those missions, you know, when you first start the game and you start taking quick jobs just to make some money to learn how to play the game. I found a secret road, but I didn't drive down it because I was like, oh, I got to save that for later. And now I can't remember where that secret road was. I remember it was like a right turn and the secret road went straight. So like this here, this little stretch of road that goes north and south, I was driving south and I was turning right, but there was a secret road that went straight. And I don't know if this is the location, but it was a setup like that. So how many of those would there be? It might have been right there, actually, because that's the only one I really see. So anyways, what I did is I started a new profile because I wanted to start a company. And you won't see this profile go outside of the state of Illinois. I think I'm going to call this profile an intrastate, not an interstate driver. So this guy is not going to be going across state lines. He's only going to be in Illinois. So I'm going to use this profile to just travel my home state. Chicago, Rockford, Dubuque. Dubuque's technically in Iowa, so if I have a delivery up there, I'm going to have to see where it's going to see if I can actually do it. It looks like I'm not going to be able to make any deliveries to Dubuque, so we'll have to see if maybe there's a way I can get over here and do these videos. Those scenic viewpoints. There's a garage right there. Maybe it was that one. Oh yeah, that's the one I owned because you can see I pulled out and took off from there. So this is my home base up here. The reason I picked that one as my home base is it's kind of like the closest to where I live in real life. So this 94 goes up into Wisconsin. I'm an hour west of that. And this 90 goes from like O'Hare Airport to Rockford. And I'm an hour north of I-90. So kind of up here is where I'm at. And this one just seemed like it was the closest. I-90 and 94 split in the northwest side of Chicago. O'Hare Airport is up here. Elk Grove Village is up here. Once you go west, you'll see Schaumburg. The map is not as detailed as I would like it to be, but it's as detailed as any other map, so I can't complain. I was just waiting for this DLC to get released so I could see what was up here and see what kind of detail there is. This 41, that's, I forget the name of the road, Waukegan Road, or it's not Sheridan Road. I can't remember the name of the road, 41, but that actually continues all the way up to the state line and then joins I-94 to go north to Milwaukee. Let's hit the road and we'll talk about, let's see where we're going, and then we'll find some stuff to talk about the state of Illinois. Parking lights, headlights, brights. There we go. I couldn't figure out why the headlights wouldn't come on. It's because the truck wasn't on. Anyways, I started this new profile. I bought like the littlest Kenworth day cab. I figured an intrastate guy. He's only going to be doing day trips, maybe staying in a hotel. He might be home every night, might be home every other night. He's not going to be doing over-the-road, like, long trips. So that's going to be the new way going forward. Let's see if we can get going here. Boy, oh boy, it's so weird being a new guy again. No skills. I haven't done anything on my skill tree yet. I got some skill points to assign, but I haven't done anything. So it's kind of weird going back into this game and starting over when I haven't really... I've been playing it for so long on the same profile, it's kind of weird to go back and start over, but... So I got to stay in Illinois, so I can't take any of those. There's a Chicago to Springfield. We'll take this little load because it's going to help us discover 2 more cities. We'll get to see Bloomington as we drive by it on the north and west sides, and then we'll get to see Springfield as we deliver to it. And the funny thing is I know we're going to be taking I-55 down there. I don't even have to look at the map because I've driven I-55 a million times in my life. A lot of my family lives down in Missouri, so I-55 is a natural route for us to take in between the Chicago area and the St. Louis area. I remember one time I was a kid sitting in the back of the car. We were doing one of our family trips in between. I don't remember which way we were going, if we were going north or south. But we saw the Goodyear blimp. And the Goodyear blimp looked like it was following I-55 because we saw it way in advance, way ahead of us, and then we could see it for a long time behind us. And it looked like it was following I-55 because it was making that route between St. Louis and Chicago. And we found out that it was, well, we guessed. It was going from something in Chicago, and it was doing a baseball game. I can't remember if it was going to a Cubs game or if it was going to a Cardinals game, but it was doing something in one city and then traveling to the other to get to a baseball game. Just can't remember what the first thing was, but man, just silly little things you remember from when you were a kid. I remember seeing the Goodyear blimp. It's the only time I've ever seen the Goodyear blimp, and it was flying along I-55. I guess I should probably use a turn signal. It was flying along I-55, just making that route in between Chicago and St. Louis. So, welcome to Illinois. Let's get out and take a look at this truck. Still got LED taillights. That's nice. Nice and new. Gray steel rims. Day cab, all white. Didn't even pay for a paint job. No upgraded engine. The only upgrade I think was the twin axles on the back. I don't know if you call those a drive and a tag, but I didn't want to do a 2-axle setup. I wanted 3 axles so I could do heavy loads as soon as possible, but that was the only upgrade. I'll tell you what, man, as much as I get excited about seeing the big, fancy, awesome looking trucks, I still get excited looking at these trucks too. Simple workhorses. You see them all over the place delivering beer and paper and mattresses, and you just see these things all over the place, and they kind of get lost in the glow of those fancy big sleeper big rigs. But this is where the money's made, right here. Look, he's still got the twin antennas too. That's the funny thing. I drove a truck for a little bit, for like a year. It was a day cab Ford Aeromax 95, I remember. That was the truck I liked to drive the most. There was no CB in that truck. We did mostly Chicago area trips. We did some regional. I remember taking a trip to southern Indiana once, but those were very few and far between. But this, I still get excited about seeing just a simple little, what is this, a T680 or whatever it is? Yeah. Probably not realistic to have CB antennas on the mirrors like that, but I'm not going to complain. Any trucker, that might be the first addition you do, is put a CB in there. I'm going to back up a little bit here with the camera. Actually, let's hop in so it's not quite so loud. The CB is becoming an antique, not used much anymore these days. All these truckers using cell phones. From what I hear, I don't know that from experience, but I hear that the CB is a dying trend among truckers. I have a Ram 1500 I keep saying I want to put a CB into, but I never have. I don't know if I ever will, but I keep the dream alive so I can listen to truckers driving as I drive down the road. I'm actually recording this the first week of June. I have been retired for 1 year. I actually remembered the other day on June 1st that was my 1 year anniversary being retired. Still haven't gotten my retirement badge or ID from my police department. Apparently I've burned bridges. I don't know how. I didn't know I left under bad terms, but that's the way I feel when I've been gone for a year and I still haven't gotten a retirement badge from them. But we move on to bigger and better things. I actually have only done one video since I left the police force. I did a Christmas video So I did one 6 months after I retired, and here I am 6 months after that. Now I'm doing another one. I've been playing games, just haven't been recording. Is this a feature that's been featured at ATS before? The elevated railroad with the road going under it? It's got to be somewhere in the game, right? That's not new. Just looks new. Boy, that's loud. I am going to have to... I realized the other day that with the new update for ATS, I don't remember which update it was exactly, but I noticed when I was playing ATS a little bit ago, and I noticed that they changed the way the user interface to connect an existing World of Trucks account to a new ATS profile. I have two of my most popular videos have been that exact video explaining how to connect an existing World of Trucks account to a profile on American Truck Sim, and my latest video is now out of date because they changed the user interface. So I got to go and remake that video, re-record another version of it with the latest update, and put that out there. The good thing is people will be having the same question no matter how long we play this game. And if they keep changing it, they're just going to keep making my videos more and more popular because people are going to be searching how to connect World of Trucks to American Truck Sim. So if you're interested in that kind of content, just wait around. It's coming. I just got to go record it. That's all. Where am I going here? Do I got to go up on the scale? I guess so. I don't think I've ever had a business where I had to go on the scale. Let's pretend to stop and get our start weight. Okay. Oh, 18,000 pounds. I got you. All right. Thank you. Have a nice day. One thing I forgot about starting a new profile is you have to go back and reassign all of your buttons on your steering wheel and all the buttons on your keyboard. You got to come up with all the new gameplay settings. I had to redo all of that. It was such a pain in the butt. I thought I was just going to create a new profile and start recording. I did create a new profile and I was recording, but I didn't even use the first video because it was all just me doing my settings. Ridiculous. I have started to show some lagging. I don't know if it's too many. I didn't put any mods on this profile, so zero. Like not even like real company names. The reason is I was starting to notice a little lag every once in a while. Just a big stutter, not continuous or very often get stuttering. Just every once in a while I would get a big stutter. And so I took all the mods off this profile, and I've been noticing, like, when I first booted up... Oops, I hit the stick. Oh my gosh. That is one thing I haven't quite gotten right yet, is I haven't gotten the windshield wiper controls perfect, because my new Moza steering wheel, I can turn the wipers on, but I can't use the Moza steering wheel to turn the wipers off. So I got to figure that out still. I've got the multifunction stalks. I just don't know how to set it up in ATS so they work correctly. I'll figure it out one of these days. It's probably another tutorial video I could do. Is if I have problems with it, I'm sure there's other people out there having problems with it. It's just one of those things I haven't figured out yet. Honestly, I haven't really tried working too much to figure it out, but come on, T. Anyways, like I said, I didn't even use that first video I recorded because it was all just me setting up the settings, but what a good looking truck. Just a workhorse. What are we even delivering? Oh, job details is F1. That's what I was looking for, was the job details. Okay. We are taking frozen food. I should have noticed it's a reefer trailer. I didn't notice it. Anyways, let's hit the road. I just wanted to see what I wanted to see what kind of load we were taking, and I couldn't remember. Oh, we got to go out a different way than we came in. That's different. So if you're a truck driver and you bought a little truck like this, what would be the first thing you'd do to customize it? Would you put air horns on it? Obviously, this guy put CBs in there, CB antennas. I actually figured if I ever put a CB in my pickup truck, that's where I would put the antennas. It's right off the top of the mirror housing. It's a good spot for it. So that means I'd have to have antenna whips that are taller than my truck on both sides. I guess if it's taller than my truck, it could be on just one side, right? I really have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to CBs. What would your first accessory be, or personalization? I don't think it would be paint. CB. It might be air horns. That might be the easiest thing to hook up. I mean, there's already an air system there. You just got to hook up the air horns and put them in. If you don't really need a sleeper cab, you're not going to do that. If you're really going to keep this day cab truck for a long time, you might do some aluminum rims, right? Man, I love this game. I haven't really played it a lot. I've been playing a lot of other things. I've been playing a lot of Xbox Series X console games. I actually just bought a PS5 for my birthday last month, so I've been playing PS5. I don't have any way to record when I play console games. I only record on PC games, and honestly, I thought I could do a dad book entry today for this recording, but given it's my first video for the new Illinois DLC, and I haven't really done a video yet for Illinois, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna. Whoa, that was closer than I thought it would be. I always do the outside view on my first video for a new state, and it being the first time I've played this recently, but I haven't recorded recently, so I'm a little out of practice with recording. Driving from the outside is always harder than I remember. I remember back in the day I could only drive from the outside. Now I find it difficult to drive from the outside. Used to be I couldn't drive from the inside. Now it's the only way I can do it. Man, this truck is weak. Love, love, love driving this truck, playing this game. You know, for being new Illinois DLC, I haven't really been looking for new, what do they call them? New items, new buildings, new anything. Anytime you see a new DLC, there's always something new that they put in the map that hasn't been in any map before. And I know it's on the changelog when you look at the update schedules and stuff, but I don't remember what the new stuff was for Illinois. If you've been wondering what I've been doing since I've been retired, I did retire from the police force 1 year ago. I've been working at a local high school. I'm on the security team. Every time I say security, my boss is like, safety! It's the safety team, not the security team, the safety team. Which is funny because my boss's title is the Director of Safety and Security, but he insists we all say safety, not security. So if he calls you on the phone and he's like, and you say security office, he's like, it's the safety office. I mean, he only had to tell me once or twice, but now I know, say safety, because I will get corrected if I don't say it right. I don't know what the big deal is. I wonder if there's a stigma to the word security guard or the phrase security guard, because I don't have a problem saying I'm a security guard. Some people don't like that term for some reason. We call ourselves safety officers at the high school I work at. So I've just been doing that. A big part of me not being able to record is I don't have any time at home alone. My wife and I both work at the same high school, so we are always at work together and we are always at home together. And when we are home together, I can't record because there's just too much noise in the house with her doing her thing, and the way our house is set up. I've had house setups where I've been in the basement where I could do anything and they could do anything, and I never hear anybody moving around. But in this particular house, my recording setup is in the loft upstairs, and it's all open through the second floor, this like 2-story foyer that we have right next to our loft. So there is no place I can get away to be quiet and record. It's impossible for my wife to be silent where I can't hear her. Even when I tell her, like, hey, I'm going to try and record, and she's trying to be quiet, I can still hear everything. What?
Oh.
What?
Are you saying that?
No, I'm saying that even when you're scrolling on your phone, I can hear it on my recording, and I can't use that recording. That's all. And you do tend to slam cabinets. That's just a character flaw, but it is what it is. It's true, though. You do make noise, and I hear it, so I can't use that recording. And since I'm never home alone, I don't record.
I could schedule more time for
Ooh, could we?
we can.
I mean, look, you're not going to be here today, and what's happening? I'm recording. I don't even know if I'm going to use this recording. A lot of times I do a recording just to practice recording so I know I can get it straight. just to make sure everything's set up correctly. I might use this recording. I don't know.
Are you doing some express systems routes?
It is. It does look like an Express Systems truck. Your dad had a '95 Ford Aeromax, and it was a 3-axle like this truck is, and it was plain white. I wish there was a Ford Aeromax in this game. I would totally buy it and use it. But this is the new Illinois DLC for American Truck Sim. So, look, the whole country is available. And in my other profiles, I've driven, 90% of these roads. But in this, since they just released Illinois, I started a new profile and based it in Chicago, since it's my home state. So this profile, I'm only going to limit myself to staying in Illinois with this profile.
That's fun.
So it's a little different. I think most other people do like interstate stuff, and I'm going to be an intrastate driver with this profile. So I picked the cheapest possible truck to kind of emulate the Express Systems way of doing business.
I'm ready to go.
Bye. Drive safe. Oh, snap your seatbelt. Whenever I drive down I-55, I'm always looking at the houses along the side of the road. Can I live at that house? Can I live in that house? Can I live in that house? In the '08 real estate bubble bursting, there was a house for sale down here near, it was north of Bloomington. I don't remember how far north. I can't even remember. Oh, Towanda. That's the name of the town. If you're on I-55, you'll see exit signs for the town of Towanda. It's a tiny little town. But there was a house for sale just on the east side of I-55 that I always said I would love to have bought when the housing bubble burst. It was on the market for $250,000. And I was like, man, to own a big 2-story brick. It's called Duncan Manor, I think it's called. It's this guy, his last name is Duncan. He was living in Kentucky, and his wife died or something, so he just sold everything he had. He was doing pretty well down there, but his wife died, and he just didn't like the memory of staying in the same place where he lived with her, so he sold everything he owned and moved to northern Illinois and settled in this little town of Towanda and built this house, which is now called Duncan Manor. And he basically rebuilt his fortune. I mean, it's a pretty good start when you're selling a bunch of stuff to start, but he basically started another company in northern Illinois, and that was where he lived until the day he died. And now Duncan Manor in Towanda is, well, if you go into the purchasing aspect of it, there was a lot of historical society restrictions on who could buy it and what you could do with it. And I'm like, not that it was ever really realistic because I had a job by then and I wasn't going to move to Towanda, but once I started reading into how much oversight there was with all those government restrictions because of the historical society, I was like, ugh, kind of killed the dream, The luster kind of wore off, because now every time I drive down this, okay, let me just turn on the high beams to show them that I can do it. Now I drive down this I-55 and I see that house every single time. I'm like, oh, what's it look like now? What's it look like now? It's just this beautiful old 2-story brick house. It's like a perfect cube. And it just makes me think of what could have been if I was willing to throw caution to the wind and move on a whim just to take advantage of a cheap house. It did need a lot of work. I remember the staircase in that house was gorgeous. Big wood curved staircase, looked like it was not hand carved but hand built. It was the kind of brick house that had like a widow's walk on the second floor, just the way the rooms were set up, like a fireplace in every room. Like, it needed a lot of work, like the electrical, plumbing, all that stuff was all kind of in need of an update. That's one story of northern Illinois that I didn't know I would tell, but there you go, you have it. If you're ever driving on I-55 and you see a brick house on the east side of I-55 south of Towanda, that's the Duncan Manor. Go check it out. It's a really, really cool house. Boy, oh boy. I cannot drive from the outside, folks. Sorry. All over the place. I'd be like chastising myself if I was on the inside driving this badly. My goal for this profile is to cover 100% of the roads in Illinois. All I gotta buy is the Illinois State Fuel Tax sticker and hit the road. I can't tell you how many times I've driven past one of these cloverleaf interchanges and wondered why people don't live in the center of them like homeless people. It's public land. You're not bothering anybody. I wonder if you could get away with it. There's got to be a law saying you can't do it, right? I watched this YouTube channel called Camping with Steve. Steve Wallace does these stealth camping videos that are really, really cool, where he just hides and sleeps in a little section of woods, you know, behind a Home Depot or next to a police department or whatever. And it's a really good channel. You should go check it out. Makes me look for those kinds of spots whenever I'm driving down a highway like this. Oh, I wonder if we can stay there. I wonder if we can stay there. I'm actually going to be making this trip in a couple days, driving south on I-55. We're going to be driving down to Texas, so we're going to be on I-55 for a big portion of it. And the nice thing about this little stretch is on I-55 just north of... Am I going here? On I-55 just north of Springfield, there's a rest stop, and it's always the first rest stop we see after we leave our house. And it's like 3 hours away from our house, so we leave our house, we drive 3 hours. We're ready for a break, but we don't need gas. That little rest stop on southbound I-55 just north of Springfield is always our... That's a stop sign? Why would they put a stop sign on ramp? There's no stop sign there for real, I bet. But we always stop at that same rest stop. Actually, my kids, when they go to, like 8th graders in our area, they all take a field trip to Springfield during their 8th grade year. Both of my daughters did it. And the bus driver does the same thing when they're taking the kids to Springfield. That's where they stop to go to the bathroom, right before they get to Springfield. That way, when they get to Springfield, they can just head straight to their first stop and get to learning. Springfield's kind of a fun town to drive by on I-55 because you can see the state capitol building. We used to make this trip when I drove for that trucking company in 2000. We would make trips to Springfield quite often from the Chicago area. We did some jobs for the Illinois Lottery Commission. So we would have to drive to Springfield to drop off stuff for the lottery board or whatever it's called. Actually, in Springfield is where I saw my brother-in-law, Keith. That's when I developed the opinion that he's one of the best truck drivers I've ever seen. Because we had to make this little delivery to some podunk little company down there. And the alley was too small to pull the truck in and get to the dock, you know, to turn the trailer in to get to the dock. So he ended up going like 3 blocks down and reversing down this tiny little alley to get this dock so that he could back straight in. And I was just so impressed by that maneuver. To this day, I'll still say he's one of the best truck drivers I've ever met in my life. If you want to find a driver that can back up a truck, you want a local driver. The interstate guys, I'm sure, are fine. They can do just as good. But the day-to-day delivery drivers that are making 15 stops a day, those are the ones who know how to back up a truck. Them and yard dogs. My brother is a truck driver also. He was a yard dog for a while. I would imagine he's pretty darn good at backing up a truck. I've just never seen him drive. That's why I can't say for sure. But I'm sure being a yard dog, you know how to back up a trailer just about as good as anybody ever has. Let me go inside to do this. I always do it from the outside, and see if we can get this done. I think it's actually a little bit easier in real life because there's no lines on the pavement that you got to get in between. The difference is there's lines on the dock doors, which you should try to be getting in between. You can see a yellow line on the dock door on the left side mirror. On the right side mirror, I can kind of see it. Let's hop out and see what it looks like from the front. See, there's that yellow line on the vertical yellow line on the black part of the dock door. When you're backing up your truck, you should be able to see both of those lines. So that's kind of like a little helper thing that they give you to kind of aim for. See, I'm closer to one side than the other. Yeah, see, I'm way far to the right. You know what? Let's just fix it real quick. The reason you need to be centered is because there's a plate in the floor of the dock. And that plate gets lifted and put into the back of your trailer to cover the gap in between the building and the truck. And for that thing to be properly aligned on your trailer, you need to be in between those the vertical lines on the building. Between the lines, so you'd be able to get that plate inside the trailer. It's not a big deal, but anyways, there we go. Let's finish this job. I'd sure like to know who's watching my videos, so take a second, go say hello in the comments section. Let me know who you are, where you're from. Let me know why you're watching a truck driving video, because this is kind of funny, but I think that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you next time. I was actually using AI. I was like, hey, how can I make my channel better? And they examined one of my videos, and they saw that I ended my video with, you guys go watch some more videos, and I'll go play some more games. And they're like, yeah, it's very catchy, but it's completely anti-helpful for the algorithm. They're like, you should say something different. And I'm like, that's like my go-to phrase. It's like the one thing that's been consistent for the whole time I've been on YouTube is saying, you guys go watch some more videos, and I'll go play some more games. But AI helper for my channel tips was telling me to not use that because it sends people away. You're supposed to tell people to watch your own videos. Go watch more videos of mine. I don't know. It's hard to not say my tagline at the end of a video. So I don't know. For now, you guys go watch some more videos and I'll go play some more games, and I'll see you back here next time. And hopefully it won't take 6 months to do another video. Don't forget to check in and say hi. Bye. Eco driving. Boom.